Hey, what is going on, guys, gals, aliens, and degen freaks? Welcome to Deno Crypto. So today we have a very special guest before crypto, and I'm going to say his name right, Bjorn. Bjorn,
Yes,
what's going
that's
on?
correct.
Yes,
Perfect.
yes.
I'm great. And how are you? It's
I'm
nice to be
doing.
on your show.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, no, I'm doing fantastic, and so I was watching a lot of your content recently, and it's awesome. I love your accent. I love the way you kind of just get right into the content, and you talk a lot about Bitcoin. You also talk about altcoins. You talk a little bit about everything,
Yes.
but I want to
Yes, I try
get.
to cover a lot.
Yeah. So you definitely do, and I want to get your just a little brief background of like how you got into crypto and what made you start a crypto YouTube channel.
So actually, I heard about crypto quite early in 2013 when I was playing these cash games to earn Bitcoin, but I
Ah.
didn't know about the fundamental values about Bitcoin. So I lost track of all the coins. I left them on the site where you could play these games,
Mm.
and and then I got back into it about 2017, where I started to invest in Bitcoin again. And then round about 2018, 19, I wanted to find a job that could like leverage my position in crypto and earn in crypto. And that is where I started to reach out to DaVinci J15. And from that time, I was translating his content into German. And that is actually
Nice.
where my journey started, also with this daily mentoring, translating all the content for DaVinci.
Amazing. So if you guys aren't familiar with Da Vinci Jeremy is the guy who bought Bitcoin at $1 or under $1
Yes,
back in the day. So really true OG in the space. He's been around for a long time, and
definitely.
I watch his content. He's a super cool guy. Seems like a good heart and really wants to keep people educated. So that's cool that you got your background starting with working with an OG. It's a nice hack
Yes,
to get into
definitely.
the crypto space for sure.
That's correct. Yeah.
And it's funny because we're actually the topic that we are going to talk about today, guys, is crypto gaming. So it's funny that you were actually using games to earn Bitcoin kind of back in the day. And so one of the biggest narratives I think, and that I talk about on my channel, and you probably do as well in yours, is that crypto gaming might actually be the one of the catalysts for the bull market, where we actually see a lot of liquidity come in. So we see liquidity coming from financial institution side and tradfi, and but and banks and things like that. But now I think we're going to see, or sorry, not banks but investment firms, but we're going to see a lot of that liquidity coming from just retail because of popularity in games and NFT markets. So, what do you think about the crypto gaming narrative and how it is going to pump the markets?
So first of all, I also think it's going to be a major boost for the overall crypto market because a lot of people that didn't invest in crypto yet, they get the opportunity to invest because they have a favorite game that they are playing and that will be adopted on the blockchain. And then they automatically will have access to crypto and buy crypto and get related to all the crypto content and different coins. And I think it is a game changer if you think of it that way, because there are a lot of use cases for
Nice
crypto
pun there too.
gaming. Yeah, definitely. And also there are like a lot of use cases because you can like own your games, because a lot of games now you download them on Steam and you actually do not own the crypto games anymore. So you can't, if you're done with the game after 6 months playing, you can't resell them because you buy them and you download them. And this could be different. This could be the difference on the blockchain because you can like actually you could like sell your ownership to a game on the blockchain. And I think this is going to be a major game changer also for in-game items,
Yes,
which
yeah.
because there's also a big black market where people get scammed on buying any gaming profiles or items and they actually do not receive the item. This could be changed with blockchain technology through NFTs. So I think it's a big use case for the gaming industry.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think what it does, and you make good points. What it does is it proves what blockchain can do in terms of transferability of assets and also building a supply and demand ecosystem built into each type of game. So each type of game is going to have its, currency. When I grew up playing a lot of role playing games, and, there's all different types of currencies and MMOs and stuff like that. When, World of Warcraft, we had the auction house. And even in those days, there were websites solely dedicated to trading real money for in-game assets. And I don't know if you remember
Yeah.
back, but yeah, there were tons of websites. A few of my friends were heavily into it, where they were really like actually trading their characters that they built up that were stacked with all these items. They were selling them for hard cash, and people were paying pretty decent money for it because it's time. So one of the most valuable precious assets that we have is our time. So if you're spending time on building and getting these in-game items and things like that, that's gonna where the use case is like, okay, this person farmed and got this really crazy NFT, rare NFT, because it took some time to get it. I think that's where we're going to see that value come in. And then also, for example, like there's games like Medieval Empires that is gaining traction, has an in-game currency, the me token, which is basically like their silver, in the game. And I think with the NFT market kind of going back and forth, with that supply and demand value, we're going to see all kinds of things like people trading their in-game, items and the currency, and also the mechanisms that the NFTs are going to have where they're going to like update. So I think that's something that I'm trying to think of what the coin is. It is I can't think of the name of it right now, but it has a mechanism where your NFTs will actually upgrade and they evolve. So over time, if you have like a
Okay.
sword or something like that, then the sword over time will level up and it actually changes. Artura, that's what it is. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that
that's great.
Artura. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think you also made a great point with, like, for example, World of Warcraft. I think that was also a problem with Vitalik Buterin, because he was also playing it, and they changed, like, in game, they changed something, and like his character got deranked. And that is also something that blockchain can change, because you also have the governance, where the players can be involved in decisions that are going to take place within the game, or like changes that can be made. So that is
Yeah,
also
yeah.
a good point, because you also had like games, like I think it was with FIFA or so, where you buy a certain FIFA and you also can buy players, but in the next version
Mm.
of FIFA, you have to buy everything again. So this could also be a
Yeah,
great
yeah, where
advantage.
you could have a transferability of
Yeah,
your kind of like your stack. If you've been working on this thing for a little while, it actually kind of
definitely.
your stats and everything transfer over. Yeah, there's just all kinds of different things, and I bet Chainlink would probably be used for that.
Yeah, that
Getting
would
all
be
of
a
that
good chain.
data. Yeah, getting all that data together. All right, well, real quick, I'm gonna just share my screen and we'll kind of just like look at this is the coin market cap. You can go, and for you guys, obviously you can use coin market cap, coin gecko, coin paprika, whichever you'd like, whichever one suits your vibe. You go into these categories, and this is just crypto gaming, so you can kind of just see what projects, in terms of market cap. You can do it by market cap. You can see which, what has the lowest market cap in crypto gaming. And a lot of these are based off of some of them are memes. You got Floki, but Floki actually has a game. Alluvium is one of the big players in the space, and then Immutable. So we were talking about NFTs and gaming NFTs, and Immutable is one of those that's really gaining some traction. And right now, I think it's ranked in the top 50. So
Yeah.
what's your thoughts on Immutable and companies like GameStop? GameStop is already using Immutable.
I think Immutable X is going to also is one of the leading things, because it's also like a layer 2 solution, and the
Mm-hmm.
minting and the gas fees on the chain are like, I think they're like really nearly to zero, to mint or like to buy any NFTs, or the gas fees. And that is
Mm-hmm.
just a big thing, because if we would look at gaming on Ethereum with high gas fees, this wouldn't
Oh,
work out to
well,
because
a big example is it to point that out is Axie Infinity. You know, Axie
yeah,
Infinity, the barrier to entry is very high. You know, it's I was gonna try it out right as Axie Infinity was really starting to get. It was like everyone was talking about Axie Infinity. And I was like, oh, I want to see if I can try and get into this. And just to buy one Axie,
one
get
character, yeah,
one character to use. I think it was like the lowest price was $450 to get one. So it's you have to almost make it almost treated like a company, almost like you're investing in like this like little side hustle company that I'm going to build up these build up these assets. Some people actually were very successful in doing it because they got in early, bought the Axies, built them up, and then they were selling those Axies for multiple ETH each. So it's crazy
definitely.
how it can do that. But yeah, but it's on Ethereum blockchain. That's guys, what we're talking about is those fees for Ethereum can be sometimes anywhere between $10 per transaction to literally $150 per transaction. I remember I was going to try and do a transaction on Ethereum at Ethereum's peak NFT boom, and the transaction was literally $100.
Yeah, and higher than the item actually sometimes.
Yeah, it was high. The
Higher
transaction
than the,
value was
yeah,
higher than the NFT that I was actually trying to interact with. I was like, this isn't worth it. This isn't sustainable. This sucks.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So there's also like, because you have on the one side, you have the coins related to the games, and then you also have the like studios, the blockchains running the games. So
Mm-hmm.
if you want to invest in any gaming coins, like investing in a studio like Gala Games,
Yep. Gala
or
engine. Yep.
it will be like the safer bet to like invest like dollar cost average into these studios, which have a high possibility of gaining some major traction.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good point. Gala, I know, has had some controversy. You know, the two execs
Yeah,
were suing each other back and forth for I think the reason was they sold off some of the like some Gala or some of their assets early on, and there was kind of some discrepancies between the two execs, but I don't think overall it's really affected the sentiment and the price too much. I think it did when the news broke, but I think people are still
yeah,
pretty bullish on Gala.
yeah. I also hold Gala. I think Gala has some future in the next bull run, definitely.
Yeah. And then we're looking in terms of market cap here. You know, this is uh the highest market cap right now in this category is actually Immutable X. And it's probably
Yeah,
because of their volume. I think when with them having those NFT marketplaces and the low fees, almost zero fees, I think that helps out a lot. And
definitely.
just speaking on crypto gaming, what do you think about uh do you think that the metaverse is just kind of just like a talking point fad to kind of like say, okay, here's what's possible, and then actually no one really uses it? Or is it going to be something that really is used like worldwide mainstream when it comes to communication and gaming, playing games in the metaverse, having an online profile, an online avatar that, you can go into these different, like the sandbox or mana? I saw something just recently. It was Lex Friedman. I don't know if you watch his podcast, but he and Mark Zuckerberg had an interview in metaverse 3D space, but their faces were completely scanned and rendered to look exactly like a version of their faces. It's mind blowing. It's really
Yeah, it
actually
really is
mind
mind
blowing.
blowing.
Have you seen that video yet?
No, I haven't, but I
It's
definitely look it up.
it's mind blowing. Maybe I can I'll pull it up really quick. I just it was blowing my mind last night. I have to pull it up really quick and show just a brief little section of it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think the
Just
graphics and the possibilities also with now AI is going to change like the whole perspective and the rate of the development or the technology.
yeah,
Definitely.
look at this.
Wow. Yeah, that's good.
That's them in the interview live, and that's how they're rendering it. So
Crazy.
they do this, yeah. So I mean, look at that. It gets all of like the imperfections, the freckles, the eyes. It does the whole entire face.
Wow.
So then you
Yeah, it's
take
crazy.
that, yeah, you take that and like what they're doing there, and then you blend it into just how people are going to interact worldwide, and how maybe even countries will do meetings, how like leaders will possibly do dealings in the metaverse, instead of having to spend resources and having to go and meet in the same room. I know there's something about meeting someone obviously and feeling their energy. You feel their presence. You can kind of almost like know if they're a good person or a bad person, or kind of in the middle. There's something about that you can't that's something you can never discount. That's why I think like when it comes to the metaverse and us as humans interacting in that space, like we're going to do it, we're going to use it. Of course it's going to be something that is an option, but this is my personal opinion. I don't think you could ever beat, having a true meeting, shaking someone's hand. So, but we're probably going to see a nice
Definitely not.
a blend of the two.
Yes, I think it has some virtual reality will definitely be implemented. And blockchain technology is also the safest way to like get it out into the world.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I think we are still in an early stage for like gaming to become like real metaverse style.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely it will be the future, definitely.
Yeah, I'm feeling like that too. I'm feeling like it's going to be the future. I just think of like what I was always asking my parents for, my mom for when I was a kid. It was all video game stuff. Like, it was skateboarding and, bikes, things like that. But like if you think about it, it was like the height of the 90s. You were wanting those new PlayStation games. You were wanting those new 64 games. You were wanting all that stuff and all those accessories that go with it. I think crypto is going to be this exactly the same when it comes to when the mainstream and there's like teenagers that are interacting with it through NFTs and the gaming, especially when we get crypto wallets on Xbox and
Oh yeah.
PlayStation. So that's something that just a quick article. Microsoft crypto wallets on Xbox leaked documents show boom for crypto gaming. So leaked documents claim that Microsoft intends to incorporate a crypto wallet into the Xbox gaming system. Game makers might be able to attract real value from virtual environments. The U.S. regulatory crackdown on crypto this year may have tempered interest in the digital asset sector. So I think it's kind of let me get your thoughts on this, because I think what they do is they try and especially in America, they will in the mainstream media tell you that something's a scam, and they'll tell you no, don't get involved, don't get involved. They push it down, and then all of a sudden it right when you lost hope and lost faith
And you gave up.
and you gave up, right when you gave up, that's when it goes shoo, and
Exactly what
it
they're doing.
starts to shoot off. So I think it's purposeful. I think it is a way to manipulate the public
Definitely.
into the wrong direction. So yeah, what do you think about that?
It's definitely the narrative. I think we have to like blend out of news, like especially when it comes to CPI data and all of these stuff. It is just to manipulate the masses, because there's the saying, and Da Vinci likes to say it, if like big institutions or big players miss the boat, they bring it back. And that is exactly what they're doing. They're manipulating with media, news to drive the
Yeah.
retail investors out. And once all the retail investors are out, they're pumping the price. Maybe like with the launch of the ETF, this
Mm-hmm.
could be like these major catalysts.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So what we've had recently now is we've had a denial or a delay, not a denial, but they just keep delaying the decisions of the ETFs for Bitcoin. And
Yeah.
so right now, with that, we can see, this is the Bitcoin's futures chart. I kind of like to look at the futures chart, because then you kind of get this price that's a little bit more than the overall Bitcoin price for, like, say, going through exchanges like Bitstamp or something. So it's 26,937, and this shows 180.
Yeah.
But in this, I kind of saw this this descending triangle here, and then you see my trend line from the bottom. And then there's one thing here that I wanted to point out, and this is where I want your opinion. Right here is the exact same spot where we started to gain strength in the dollar index.
Oh, that's interesting.
And so I've been so I've it's so I know another YouTuber, Andy Bitcoin Census. He's pointed this out a lot, and also crypto it's Ran crypto banter. So you
Yeah.
look and see the strength that's happened here, and then we've had this kind of descending wedge, but then we've broken out of it. And if you see that on that same one right here, we lost strength in Bitcoin, and that was where we had that massive fall. So do you think there is like a big correlation and a connection between that dollar strength when it's gaining strength that we lose strength in Bitcoin? Or do you think that
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I mean it looks like it.
Yeah, definitely. And that's why also now they're trying to push the price of the dollar up to bring all the other assets, because also with like the BRICS nations that are trying to dump the US dollar is they're trying to defeat, or no, they're trying to what's it? Um So they're trying to defend the US dollar as a world reserve currency. And that is
Yeah.
why I think also it definitely has correlation, or like, but also like the price target of 50,000, that would be my price target for the pre-halvening run. Or if we're going to get like this pre-halvening pump.
Yeah, that I mean, I like that price prediction. We love price predictions. So, I mean, I love looking at the zoomed out charts. I know I'm sure you do too. And you can see
Yeah.
here on the weekly, we have our two massive highs. We had the 65,000 right here. We had this almost 70, like we got as close to 70,000. And then from there, we've just haven't, I mean, we've just the highest we got again was 48, and this was right before all of the FTX Black Swan debacles. Right, I think right here is probably where it got the worst. And it's so funny, if you want to get into if you think it's a conspiracy or not, but do you think that you know when it comes to FTX and how much influence they had over the entire crypto market with their with their high leverage trades that they were in, and also in connection with so many different institutions, and also the political donations that were going into the administration that is currently in control right now in the United States. Do you think it was a conspiracy that we were about to gain strength again and really actually go up into the prices and smash that other all-time high? Like we were about to smash it, and then we got completely pushed and manipulated down. Because it seemed like this high was nothing. Like this was
Yeah.
just like nothing. Like really only 70,000, and we had all of this, like we had all of this good momentum in the market, and all of a sudden it was just like book kablam. So, do you think it's a conspiracy,
Yeah,
or is it
definitely.
just a theory?
It definitely could be an inside job. Definitely, it could be an inside job to like push the overall crypto market down, because yeah, it actually was quite obvious with all this internal. So maybe SPF, Sam Bankman-Fried, was just the puppet, and it
Yeah,
was planned all the way with also choke point 2.0,
yeah,
to like bring the crypto market down. It could definitely be a possibility.
yeah. And so, guys, if it, yours, he mentions, the choke point 2.0, which is basically our regulatory system purposefully making it really hard for crypto to exist in a way for companies to start a crypto. If you want to start a crypto company, if you want your investment firm to be involved with it, if you want any type of transactions going in and out of your bank, like for instance, Chase, JP Morgan Chase, they announced that if you are involved in any type of crypto transaction going in and out of your bank, they're just going to close your account. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. Do you know what I think about
Yeah,
that?
it's
My
crazy.
answer, my answer to that is use another bank. Just use another bank. The best thing you
Definitely.
can do is vote with your money and vote with what you want to use. That's what I think. And I think the American people, we kind of forget about that. If you don't use something, they'll come towards our direction. They want to know, like, okay, what are these people using? What do they rely on? So I think I do agree with that, because I feel like we kind of forget that as Americans, that if we just stop using something, I use this as an example. If we all stopped paying our taxes, the federal government and the way that the Federal Reserve works would fail. It would crash. They would have to implement something
Yeah,
and do a
definitely.
strategy to make it to where we start doing, if all we had to do is that as Americans just say, we're going to not pay our taxes anymore. We're done. We're not going to pay a federal income tax, anymore.
Yeah,
And
and
what
that's
what could
also
what
what
would they do?
people,
What could they do?
yeah, they can't do anything. And that is also what people underestimate sometimes, the power of the masses.
Yeah,
But it's actually, but it's quite hard to get everybody to do the same thing, because a lot of people will say, no, you can't do that. But why can't you do it? I mean, yeah,
yeah.
if they're
These
trying
people.
to block you from something, just stop using it. Definitely.
Exactly. I think that it ultimately we can. This is how we can prove to our lawmakers and our civil servants, basically, because we pay. What's funny is that we are paying their salaries. They are
Yeah,
working and exist solely because we are paying for it, which I think is hilarious. So, and that's why we're in crypto. 100%. That's why we're in
definitely.
crypto. I think that's why crypto is deemed as like kind of like the it's the light at the end of the tunnel. It's getting over the hill. I think it's actually getting into something that can give you autonomy and freedom and full custodial, privilege of your own money. Because
Yeah,
ultimately
the safe haven of,
they're trying to tell you how to live your life and what to do with your money. So it's got to stop.
definitely. It's actually like the safe haven of humanity, to like save your own rights and to be like, um, that you can decide what you're doing with your money. And actually, that is also how it should be.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, like all this investor protection, they're not actually there to protect you. They're just there to keep you out. That's actually what they're doing. And that's why you also have to look where the big money goes, like all these ETFs, BlackRock. And I think that is one of the major signals that we are getting, that crypto is the future and it's the right direction to invest in, and also the money of the future, and not listen to all the media which are trying to bring you all the news about the scams and all the negative effects of Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
love it. I had to pin your video because you made a great point. I think people will love that. Yeah, it's definitely
definitely.
something that I agree with. And yeah, what would you like to leave some closing thoughts or words for my channel, for the people watching?
Yeah, that at the moment we're at a point where a lot of people are leaving the crypto industry. We can also see it in our channels, the views that we are getting, the engagement is dropping.
Yep.
Actually, the whole mindset of the people has to change, because if the charts are going down, you should be happy to invest in Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes down to 20K, you should be happy to have
Cheap.
that opportunity to buy Bitcoin in these lows. Definitely. And it's
Yeah.
not if the price goes up, everybody's happy, but that isn't the time to invest. The time to invest is now, when the prices are low and dollar cost average away in Bitcoin. And definitely tune into our videos to get all the information you need to succeed in the crypto industry.
Yes, thank you, brother. And we haven't even said it this entire video yet. Smash up the likes and hit the
Yeah,
subscribe
definitely.
button. Go to, and I'm gonna say it right. It's Bjor,
Perfect, Bjorn.
Bjor, yeah,
Yeah.
Bjor, yeah. That's a tricky one. Yeah, before crypto Bjor, go to his channel, subscribe, hit the likes on all his videos, leave a comment. The thing that YouTube likes is engagement. So if they see that
Yes.
people are engaging on your videos, they'll push it to another person that likes crypto, and it's just kind of that's how it works. So that's our currency. It's our currency on YouTube is that like button. So you got to smash it. But thank
Definitely.
you.
And I also heard that if you smash the like button, also the price of Bitcoin goes up.
It
So
does. Yes,
definitely,
it does. It goes up one, it goes up a few Satoshis every like. So if you hit the like button, it
definitely.
just keeps going up. So all right, well, dude, thank you so much for coming on the
It
channel.
was a pleasure.
And yeah.
Great being here.
Yeah, it's so much fun. We'll definitely. I'd love to. So what I'd like to do is to have some all my the people that I've had collaborations with over the past couple months. I'd love to get them all on the live stream at the same time, so then we can all talk and interact. And I think it'd be cool. We kind of do like a little crypto round table, if you will.
Yeah, definitely.
I
Definitely.
think you'd be a perfect person to have on that. You have a lot of knowledge and experience in the markets, and doing all those edits for Da Vinci. You're getting crypto knowledge whether you like it or not. So it's cool.
Definitely. I'll be glad to be there.
Awesome, dude. All right. Well, we will see you guys in the next video. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Ciao.